Okay. Okay.
Welcome, everyone. I want to introduce you to Julie Ulstrup. She is our author of Chapter 9, Seeing is Believing, and Believing is Seeing, Powerful and Simple Practices for Creating Your Best Life. She's a photographer. She also is a branding expert in Colorado. She's a world traveler, and she loves to elevate women so that they can speak their truth and be bigger in the world and authentic in the world and help others. So, welcome, Julie.
Thank you, Lulu. It's delightful to be here. Thank you for having me.
So, we had a little bit of a full start. So, Julie's going to share a little bit about her chapter.
Yes. So I wrote this chapter because I have been a photographer for such a long, long time. And I started my business. And when I really started talking with women and working with women, I realized this thing that women hate, and hate is not too strong of a word to use. They hate being photographed often. And part of that made me really sad because I feel like seeing ourselves in a way that we feel powerful, beautiful, sensual, whatever it is can be life-changing. So I wanted to write about that and share that my experience of the experience of other women who I've photographed.
I'd once heard that women rarely have photos of just themselves. Once they have a partner and children, they're okay in those photos, but then there's hardly any of them just by themselves, which was really intriguing, especially in this era of, the selfie and everyone taking their own photos. That's not something a lot of women really do, especially not in our age group, I don't believe.
I agree with you. And you've seen this. I think I pointed this out to you. In my studio, I have a large, I mean, it's probably 40 inches by 60 inches painting of my grandmother and she was a younger woman. But it's what I would say a quintessential lady of the manor. She's wearing a long red dress and is sitting and looks beautiful and stately. And yeah, I want to create that for women. I want to change how we feel about ourselves and change the way we see ourselves.
Yeah, beautiful. So I've got a few questions to ask you today. So one of my questions is, who was the most influential person in your life?
You sent me these ahead of time,
Yeah.
and thinking of these, I'm like, I have to think of somebody outside of my family, because I would say both of my grandmothers were hugely influential. The person I'm going to say in my life, in my business, that has really helped me to move to the next level on lots and lots of layers of different things, personal growth as well as professional, is my mentor, Sue Bryce, who's a worldwide educator. And
Mm.
she's a Kiwi.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah.
don't know that I know her name, but definitely will look her up now that you've mentioned her again.
Yeah.
What is the best compliment you've ever received?
So again, I'm going to share something from my business that, so for several years, I've been photographing women on their cancer journey through a nonprofit here in Northern Colorado. And it helps the organization with their marketing. It helps the women to feel, super powerful, and, to take stock of where they are in the moment. And about 4 years ago, I photographed a woman, and she said to me, I actually, she put together a video that we did together. And she said that even through her cancer treatment, the photographs that we created together made her feel strong and beautiful, and like that she knew. And here's what she said. Excuse me. She said, "And very much alive," because she was going through chemotherapy and she didn't feel that way. So it was a huge compliment.
Yeah, and what a beautiful gift for her that she had that as she was traveling this difficult journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for the work that you do with that organization. That's wonderful work for, we get to a certain age and we know that there could be illness or something in our lives. So, when we have good support team and people that are advocating and supporting us, it's, really a worthwhile thing to do. So thank you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. I started as a tribute to my mother who died of cancer in 2012.
Mhm.
And I felt that there was, that she received a lot of services and a lot of grace and a lot of beautiful gifts from the community. And I felt like, this is something I can do to give back.
Mm, mm, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, my next question is, have you ever experienced a miracle or an answer to a prayer?
Both.
Mhm.
Yes. And in my TED talk, I share about that. Well, I was walking on the Camino de Santiago, and I'm not gonna. I'll drop the TED talk. I don't
Yeah.
want to share all of the things. I know that you've seen it, Lulu, when you know the miracle. The answer to the prayer, which is similar to the miracle that happened, um, is really the depth of relationship that I have and continue to nurture and deepen with my children. It's been really beautiful and quite a blessing. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
And as Julie said, she's going to drop her TED Talk in. So it's wonderful that you can share that with our viewers as well. And I don't know if you are a watcher of TED Talks. I'm speaking to you, the women that are watching this. It's something that I do regularly. Go onto the TEDx, format and have a look what there is. I often watch things for women, and yeah, just it's a wonderful platform that you can get some really great information and some wise words and wholehearted words and that sort of thing. So you can definitely look up Julie's on there as well, and she's going to drop that in.
Lulu, I'd like to share too that when my TED Talk was just about a year ago, and speaking of TED Talks and inspiring women and elevating women, mine was part of TEDx Cherry Creek Women, and it was all women and beautiful, amazing women doing incredible things in the world. So highly recommend TEDx Cherry Creek Women for you, Lulu, and for all the women watching.
Yeah, I got it on my list.
Good, good.
And my last question is photographing women. What have you found opens them up to their own innate beauty? And maybe that could be two parts in the journey, in the photography journey, what opens them up. And I know that you get such a feedback once they get the photos as well. So maybe there's kind
Mhm.
of two parts to that.
Well, it's something that, Lulu, I know you know this. Before I started my journey as a business owner and an entrepreneur, as a photographer, I was a school counselor for 20 years and I worked as an educator. And one of the biggest desires, needs, values of humans is to be seen and to be heard. And so I start the journey with my clients in asking them a lot of questions and listening to them. And then during their photo shoot, I'll say, we talked about this, this, and this. And it helps really bring down the guard that sometimes we put up, not just necessarily when we're having conversations with people, although that sometimes happens too, but pulling out a camera, that's like, whoa, it's really going to come up. So letting people know that I see them and I hear them and I honor who they are. Really, creating that space has been a huge piece of opening women up.
So yeah, creating that safe space so women can just explore and open themselves. So
Yeah.
And I actually have done a photo shoot with Julie, and I did something a little playful. So I have me dressed as a mermaid. So if you've never heard of me, I'm kind of fond of mermaids, and so I thought it would be fun to dress as a mermaid. And I know, Julie, you've got some things to offer. So tell the viewers about firstly your project next year, and then you do have a little free gift. So tell them about both of those, please.
Yes, well, I will say, Lulu, I want to thank you because I had I had talked about and thought about my project of 50 plus and fabulous, inspiring, celebrating, and empowering women. That is a portrait project that has been ongoing. And I talked with you during your photo shoot about I want to create a book with photographs and women's stories. And then you came out with Wholehearted Wonder Women, and the experience for me working with you and creating this collaborative book is remarkable. And I'm like, okay, thank you so much. Um, and Karen, who's also in the book, who wrote a chapter, we are collaborating to put together 50 plus and fabulous, celebrating, inspiring, and empowering women to be seen, and all of the things that we've talked about. That is my life mission and my business mission. So yeah, I've got that, and I'll put a link in the chat. It's for women who are 50 and better, who have a story that they want to share. Our stories are going to be a little bit shorter than the Wholehearted Wonder Women 50 plus stories, but still very powerful and very incredible, because we're having photographs that go with them.
I liked your 50 and better. I like that.
50 and better, yes.
50 and better, yeah.
I feel like this, one of my little kind of subtitles for that is living the best of my life for the rest of my life. And that's what I want, for me, for women who are 50 and better, because it's a good time. Don't let anyone tell you it's not.
That's definitely part of my message, which was, don't think 50 we're going out to pasture at all, not anytime soon. We're still, playing full out for our lives and our dreams and all of that. So yeah, we're both aligned with our missions. And share the gift that you've got for people.
Yes, I do have a gift, and it is tips for showing up authentically. And it's whether it's in a portrait session or when you're going out with your girlfriends or to a networking event or on a date, your partner, anything, with your family as well. There are 5 different ways that I have that are very simple practices that you can really show up with intention and authentically as you are, and which leads to, so you can live your best life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. What a beautiful gift. So if you're watching the replay, you'll see all those links are going to be dropped in. And as you know, that I've been bringing one of the authors each week so that you could get to know them, see what they offer, connect with them through their offerings, and share the teachings, the lessons, and the healing that they're offering. So our book starts with an idea. Just like anything, we start with an idea and then it kind of goes. And so we thank all our viewers and our readers. And I just want to, my little offering is, just remember we're coming up to the holiday season, and you may want to buy this book for a girlfriend or 3. So get back on Amazon and purchase if you like. So many
Girlfriend or 10.
Okay, girlfriend or 10.
Or your daughters. And
It's amazing. I actually have had a lot of younger women buy the book. And, I had a friend in her 40s and she said, well, we want to know what's coming,
yes,
and I'm going with my sorority for a gathering and I'm going to buy it for all of them, which she did. And I want us to know where we're headed. So, yeah, it really is for any age, but the authors are in their 50s plus. So, sharing their wisdom from around the world.
yeah, I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for being here with me today, Julie.
Thank you so much, Lulu. It's such a pleasure to be part of the book and to be here with you today.
Thank you. Okay.